Hey Hurricanes, this is Hannah Griffin, and I wanted to go ahead and help you all out with some basic recruiting 101 information. The first thing I want to let you guys know is that this is geared towards our athletes, but parents, please feel free to watch and learn from this as well. By the time you're in high school, it is a good time for you to start thinking about the recruiting process if you are interested in putting in the work that's needed to play at the collegiate level. Recruiting is actually something that isn't extremely difficult to understand, but there's some big misconceptions that come with preparing to play at a college level. So the first misconception that I really want to talk to you guys about today is that a lot of people believe that scouts are out there looking for them. This isn't really the case unless maybe you're 6'2", 6'3", maybe you're top 50 in multiple rankings in the state for high school, or you're just an insanely elite player. And to be honest, at Hurricane Volleyball Club, we don't have any players that just come to us who are insanely elite. Usually players that are just ridiculously elite have parents who are paying $5+ grand a season for their club experiences, and a lot of times they aren't even playing club that's near them. They're traveling an hour and a half to other clubs like Triangle to get more exposure. So scouts aren't looking for you, but coaches, their assistant coaches, and their scouting representatives can come and will come a lot of times if they are invited by athletes. So what I basically want to talk to you guys about today in this short video is how are some ways for you to get on a college coach's radar. So the simplest one, honestly, for teenagers is Instagram. It's a great tool that was not available when I was working through the recruiting process, but it's a free option where coaches can get a lot of quick information about athletes. So if a player is interested in creating a recruiting Instagram, I will make another video about that shortly to share what should and should not be posted and shared on that Instagram, who you should and should not follow on that Instagram, and that kind of information. Another really helpful tool that goes hand in hand with the Instagram is having YouTube. So not only could your athlete go ahead and post things on YouTube, but by sharing videos with us, we already have a YouTube following of some colleges, and we can share your athletes' highlights on our YouTube channel to hopefully give them a little bit more of an audience so that their stuff gets seen. The next one is a little bit more intimidating, I think, for athletes, even though I think that it's one of the fastest things you can do, is to go on college athletics pages. And a lot of times when you click on women's volleyball, there will be stats, roster, coaching staff, all of that. And then there's a little tab called recruiting questionnaire. And on that tab, you can fill out your academic information, your height, your experience, and a lot of basic information so that coaches can get in touch with you if they're interested. So that's a really simple way of getting on coaches' radars. One that's not super easy to do but can happen is attending showcases. So some showcases are a lot more focused on income than they are about actually having players attend their showcases for recruiting purposes. So one really good idea is to send any showcase invites our way so we can tell you, hey, this is just trying to pull as many people in as possible and make money. Or we can say, hey, this coach is actually contacting you and wanting you to come to this because they're interested in you specifically. A few of the tournaments that we're going to this season are also good opportunities for showcases because the cost is relatively low, and there are usually a lot of colleges in attendance. So there's the Queen City Classic and there's the Shamrock that both have showcases. And I believe the Coastal Clash or Bash, whatever the 18s are going to in May, also has a showcase. Some of the tournaments that we've gone to in the past also have a really huge college turnout. So even though they don't have showcases, you will be seen by college coaches because of just how many there are in comparison to how many courts are in the facility. The last and easiest and most successful way of getting on a college coach's radar that I've seen and that did work very well for me, and the college coaches that I've talked with, they say this is the most effective way of doing it, is to email the college coaches. And email's available for everyone. But again, there are certain things that you would want to include in an email and certain things that you don't want to include in the email. So I will share another video about that, what to include in your college email to coaches that you're interested in having come see you. And hopefully this kind of helps you guys out a little bit. The other thing that I want to touch on very briefly that will help you a lot once you've contacted coaches is to already have a clearinghouse account. So there are two main college groups. There's the NCAA, which has D1, D2, D3, and that's a majority of the colleges. NCAA has a clearinghouse. Think about how Sports Engine is kind of how the location where all of our athletes and all travel athletes kind of have to have a membership, and that's the membership information that goes to all of our different tournaments. That's how the clearinghouse is from your athletes' information to all of the colleges that they might be interested in. You pay a one-time fee and it's active through the whole time that your player would be in college. So you would include, like, once they take their SATs, what their GPA is, what their height is, what their wingspan is, what their approach reach is. You can include all sorts of other information in there. And there's also the NAIA clearinghouse. So NAIA is independent colleges. So the college that Coach Daniel and I both went to, Bluefield, is an NAIA school. And that has a different clearinghouse, but the same basic things apply. And there's a way for you to be able to transfer from one of those programs to another. But again, you're going to want to have those clearinghouse information pieces in. A lot of coaches, they don't even really want to start a conversation with you until you've already got that underway. So both of those, if you get them combined, is under $200, and it's good for your entire high school and college careers. And that really helps you be on the radar. There are other things that you can do for recruiting, but a lot of them cost a lot of money. And the ones that I've mentioned, besides the clearinghouses, which you would need anyways if you are going to play at a college level, they're free. You don't have to pay money for Instagram or YouTube or email or the recruiting questionnaires. So instead of paying a lot of money for something that you may or may not find useful, start with these. This is a really good idea for you. So I hope this helps out. I will release another couple of videos about what your recruiting Instagram should and shouldn't have in it, and what a good college email looks like. And I hope that helps you guys out. Thank you all, and best of luck. Let me know if you all have any recruiting questions, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Have a good day.